The fourth agreement, do your best. The Four Agreements, this is a small, profound book. It's written by the author Don Miguel Ruiz. It was published in 1997. The book has sold millions of copies worldwide, and it's now been translated into 46 different languages. It's a highly recognized guide to living life well. This is the fourth and final video in a series exploring all four agreements through the lens of grief. In case you missed the other videos of the previous three agreements, I will link them at the end of this video. I do really hope that my use of this book will provide you with some guidelines about navigating your own grief or about how to support someone else in their grief. Today we're going to look at the wisdom offered in the fourth agreement in regards to grief. The fourth agreement states, always do your best. My name is Jo McRogers, and I'm a therapist who specializes in supporting grief. Please subscribe to the channel and turn on the notifications so that you can join us in our Grievolution and watch today to learn how the Four Agreements teaches us a way to do grief differently. The fourth agreement, always do your best. This agreement is the summary action of the first three agreements. First, be impeccable with your words. Second, don't take things personally. And third, don't make assumptions. Using those agreements will always support you in doing your best. Where grief is concerned, know that your best is going to vary. This will be visible in your eating and sleeping patterns, in your emotional ups and downs, in your ability to shower, in your ability to connect, to isolate, in your ability to protect yourself, and in your ability to meet your reality of grief or supporting grief. There is no one definition of your best. I love the wisdom in this agreement. This doing your best means letting go of self-judgment, of guilt, of blame, and regret, which are all natural byproducts of grief. Keep in mind that every action of doing your best is relevant to the moment that it is in. Therefore, it vacillates. It's like a mirror image to our relationship with grief. So, for the griever, doing our best some days might mean moving from the bed to the couch. Some days it might mean having a day that grief didn't totally hijack and not feeling guilty about that. Doing our best has such a wide range of options. Sometimes our grief is guided by what we think it should look like, and other days it can be guided by our immense, powerful need of denial. So instead, imagine inviting in doing your best as a guiding principle to support grief, either yours or others. Sometimes our grief answers to others' requests or expectations, and be careful because this is a trap for not doing your best. So if you're a griever, if going to the baby shower feels like an obligation, but is not right for you after your loss, then please don't force yourself to celebrate someone else's joy right beside your despair. Send them a card, send a gift card, don't go shopping in a baby store, not even on the online categories. Send the gift card with acknowledgement for their joy while still holding a validating space for your loss and grief. This is doing your best. If attending a wedding shortly after your partner has died is not right for you, please don't attend. Doing your best can look like sending a gift and good wishes while you stay home and binge on potato chips, weeping and looking at your own wedding pictures. Both your sadness and their joy can coexist, but please don't ask yourself to be in two emotional places at one time. How doing your best looks can and will change over time and with work. Please don't try to do more than your best because this will always result in you doing less than your best. Let us know in the comments below how or when you pushed yourself to be in situations when your head and your heart and your gut knew were wrong for you. We've all done this, so please share. Doing your best while supporting a griever. Well, this fourth agreement asks you to do your best with and for them, not what you think you should be doing. Doing our best means being clear about our ability to be present or absent with them in their grief. Recognize all of their needs and do our best with our talents. Do your best to help them fill the gaps that you cannot meet. Know where your strengths are and offer those, even if they are not traditional condolence efforts. If you're a writer, offer to help write or edit the obituary or the eulogy or put a family storybook together. If you are a baker, make sure that butter and love-filled croissants are on their doorstep every Monday until they tell you they are no longer needed. If you are the emotional verbal type, be with them to ask questions, to listen more and speak less. Make the invitation to step into the grief space with them. Please do not try to be all to any one griever. This is a disappointment in relationships and life, and it holds true also in death. Doing your best is the most authentic type of support that you can offer a griever. So in summary, the 4 agreements. The first 3 agreements live in our minds. The 4th agreement means practicing doing our best in the physical world. This will begin to remind us of what we do have some power, control, and influence over. Grief reminds us of what we don't have control over. So this is a really important practice. Being impeccable with our words allows us to represent our grief or what we can offer to support someone else's grief. Not taking anything personally gives us the immunity in the interactions that we have with other people. Not making assumptions gives us the immunity in the interaction that we have with ourselves. Doing our best gives permission for the graceful grounding moments as we navigate or support a grief journey. Always doing our best allows us to meet ourselves where we are in that moment with acceptance, love, and validation, all of which grief needs. Doing our best allows also for messing up and then recommitting to doing our best. And in my mind, this is the true always do your best. So in using the 4 agreements as a supporter or as a griever, I send you kind thoughts, kind words, and a kind heart. If this video series has been valuable, please like it or share it so that YouTube will send this to those seeking support for their grief. Let's do grief differently together. And in the comments below, there is a link for a lovely free poster that you can download that summarizes the 4 agreements. I'll post now the links to the other videos in this series. Take care, and I will see you next time.